Good morning, Rajah Scholars and Champions. This is Wednesday morning, August 26th, with our Rajah Report. We want to start today with a great happy birthday to the following friends here at Indio High School in our Rajah family. Congratulations and happy birthday as you celebrate today to Christian Colasso Calderon, to Luke De Leon, Diego Lopez, Joseph Maldin, and Adrian Varela Insunza. We hope you have a great day celebrating with your family. Also, again, a huge shout out to all of you for doing your very best when we're online for distance learning, for showing positivity, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence. When people say or do something they shouldn't, that are not invited to our Zooms, but we're showing up while we're solving that problem, you have been consistent and showing that integrity and doing the right thing and not letting it distract you or cause you to be alarmed. You have stayed on track, and I'm proud of you for that. Yesterday, a couple of classrooms I visited, I was so proud to see so many of you engaged and working hard. A couple of reminders. When you have a missing textbook and you're coming to pick it up, when the library calls you and says, we have your book and you're coming by, remember to bring your student ID when you check those materials out. It's important they scan that barcode that's on your ID, and that way we get the books checked out to the right person. Also, when you get online for a Zoom meeting with your teachers, they're asking you, and our district is requiring, that everyone use your full name the way it is on your registration, your legal name, not nicknames, not shortcuts, but your full name, so that we can make sure that you are the right person that's in that class, in that meeting. You'll be getting an email from our assistant superintendent because they're going to be asking you to set up your own Zoom account with your MyDS account, and there'll be some other important information about that. I'm also going to send you the link so that you can reset your password. We've had several students who shared their passwords with someone, and then they'll email us and say, oh, somebody got on my email and they wrote something and it wasn't from me. Well, it's important that you use a password that's secure, that only you have. So we'll send directions. We did that last year around November, December. We're going to ask you to reset your password to make sure that it's the correct one and not one that everybody can get on. Also, if you have a problem with technology, remember I put this form in the Google Classroom so that you can get help with either your Chromebook or a MiFi problem, or with your password, or with Student View. And your parent can also put that they're having a problem with Parent View. This is a fast way for you to get help, so that if you click on those 4 buttons, click on the one that matches what your problem is, hit next, and it will ask you, and then they will contact you. A technology specialist will be able to help solve your dilemma. And we also want to remind everyone, when you have a technical difficulty, several of you are emailing me. What I want to remind you is, contact your teacher, email your teacher, so that before 3 o'clock on the following day, in order for them to excuse an absence if it's been for technical difficulties, you need to reach out and contact your teachers. And even when there's a problem, when there's a power outage, or when Zoom doesn't work, you still need to do the work that's on Google Classroom and work on any assignment that they've given you. We're still in school, even though we're not here physically on campus. We're still in session, so we need to be doing our work because we want you to learn and do your best. Also yesterday I shared with you the Google Classroom that I set up. Well, I learned something new. You can only have up to 1,000 students in a Google Classroom for my school-wide account. So I've emailed Google to ask them if they would change that restriction so I could have the whole school in one. But I haven't heard back yet, so I set up a second one. So if you haven't joined yet, this is the new code so that you can be part of the Google Classroom. They're both identical, and that way I can keep putting forms and information in there that you need, things that'll help you be successful. So make sure you join that one if you have not already joined the other one. And some tips from our counselors that we want to share with you so that you can manage stress during the time that we are closed here on campus and having to do distance learning. Remember to make good sleep a priority. Get a good bedtime ritual in place. You go to bed and wake up around the same time every day. Don't drink a lot of caffeine right before you're going to bed. And then in the morning, get some good sunlight. That'll help you wake up and be ready for the day. Second thing you can do is have a regular routine, something that's predictable that you do regularly every day. For me, one of those things is every day at the same time, I go out, I walk the dogs, and I get my 3-mile walk in. The reason is if you have a regular routine, your body can produce the right kinds of chemicals in your body to help you deal with stress. So make it predictable. The third thing is amp up your physical activity. Exercise can really help. 20 minutes or 30 minutes out in nature, go out in your backyard and get a little bit of physical exercise and activity in the backyard. That will help you a lot. Then reframe your self-talk. Be nice to yourself. Don't stress yourself out by thinking that this is going to go on forever. It's going on longer than we like, but we know that this pandemic someday will be over and we'll be back together at school. So, to reverse those, take some deep breaths and think of some things that'll help you feel better. And then, fifth tip, avoid emotional isolation. Don't just stay in your room and avoid everyone. Whether it's getting on a phone with a friend, doing a FaceTime chat, sending a text message, reaching out to someone, talking to grandma and grandpa on the phone. I make it a point every week. I have a sister that is a nurse that lives about 1,500 miles away from here. So every week we do a FaceTime chat so that I can see her, she can see me, and we talk about what's going on with her working at the hospital, me working here at the house. And then we both talk about how we both have like 6 pets that our kids keep bringing home. So we laugh and talk about things that make us feel better. So find something you can do so that you're not just staying cooped up in your room without anyone to talk to. And the hardest one for me, avoid stress eating. My favorite thing is Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Boy, I love Chunky Monkey, but that's the problem. It's turning me into a Chunky Monkey. So I would say avoid those things that are high in fat and sugar for now, and find helpful foods that you can eat, and don't eat just when you're stressed. Find something else you can do. Go for a walk. Do something different. So what I did is I bought some almond butter instead of peanut butter that doesn't have sugar, and apples, and I'm going to try to replace my Ben & Jerry's with apples and peanut butter. Also, we want to remind you, you can get your face masks. We have Rajah face masks available, and if you have an ASB card, if you bought an ASB card, you can get $1 off on your face mask if you'd like to wear proudly a Rajah face mask. And now for our joke of the day. Some of our students have sent me some really fun ones, and I don't know if these came from the book that Mr. Mangan left, the broadcast students, but here's one that they sent me. Why did the math teacher jump into the pool? Because she wanted to test the water. That's a good one for you, Miss Torres and Miss Gunther, since you always do the boat race at the end of the year. With that, our final thought for the day, and I want to say thank you to Mr. Adkins for this one from Renaissance. You may have seen it if you looked at Twitter last night. Our final thought for the day is this one. Since integrity is one of our 5 tremendous values for Rajah Pride, C.S. Lewis, who wrote The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and several other great books that I enjoy, he said this: integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. Show that integrity and always do the right thing, not because someone's watching, but because you know it's the right thing to do. And with that, I want to say, stay safe, stay helpful, stay calm, be sensible, be safe, and happy Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow.